Or on the computer. Share screen. Okay. Clear some of this up. All right, anybody want to go first? Give me a nod in your head, I guess we'll pick you. I think I saw some of these online, actually.
Yeah, you did. A couple of them anyway.
Yeah, they look nice.
I don't see your screen, Sandy.
Really? Can you see it, Kim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I?
Yeah, maybe log out and come back in.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I noticed when I logged on the first time, it wanted an ID. I had to go back to my email to get it. And then by the time I came on, got back to the site, it was logging me off one and logging me on another.
Okay,
Well, I'll try here.
all right. Unless I'm on the wrong group. We'll see here.
Well, no, I can't get out of this because it's frozen.
Maybe that's the problem.
That might be.
Yeah, you might have to restart.
Yeah, okay. I'll be back.
All
All
right.
right.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Okay. I went on the Rancho de la Osa field trip back on the 6th of this month. So these pictures, I believe, are all from there. And for the most part, I was in a black and white kind of mood processing these. So this is in one of the bedrooms.
okay. So those are shutters.
Those are shutters, yes.
Yeah.
So just took it into Camera Raw, adjusted a little bit, and then I've been playing with things so much. I don't remember if this is a Lightroom preset or a Topaz preset. I was going back and forth between both programs looking for black and white presets.
Did you try getting any more highlight detail than what you got here? Or
Not a whole lot. I brought up the darkness on the shutter that's closer to bring out a little more detail in that.
Yeah,
because it was really in the shadows. But I just kind of liked the looks of the flatness to the one that's brighter.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, yeah, I certainly goes there first, and I like the little glow you got going on, and some of the shadows coming off the outer window. Yeah. Let's see, you guys, yeah, you're actually getting more shadow detail than I am. Okay, good. It's a little brighter on the screen here.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right. Maybe tone this one down a little bit, just so you
Okay.
It's up to you.
And then this is just one on one of the doors outside leading to a kind of a common area. I liked the colors. They just really caught my eye between the color of the knot in the wood and then the blue on the handle and on the wood itself. Then I took it into Topaz, or actually I took it into Camera Raw first to bring up the colors a bit more, just amp those up some, and then just into Topaz to bring out the detail a bit more.
Nice. Yeah, I like the complementary colors. That works really nice. You got textures going on. Yeah, that's a keeper.
And then this again, back to black and white in one of the other buildings. This was leading into where we had lunch, I believe. So I played with the exposure a little bit, brushed the screen door on the right just to bring out the detail a little bit more in there. Took again Camera Raw and then into Topaz. Again, I don't remember what filter I used on it, what preset, but then dropped it down a little bit just to bring out a little bit of the color in the frame of the door frame itself, not the door, but you can see just a little hint of red there. And then brought the exposure up just a little bit through the window to so you can kind of get a hint of the trees that are or whatever it was that was back outside, but through the two sets, you know, the wind between the window of the door and then the window of the building.
Right. Yeah, you got those three little vertical reflections going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice.
Sandy,
Yeah, there.
I'm thinking of what we did with Don's Amsterdam building. When Alan's mentioned to straighten it out.
Oh, to skew it up a little
Because
bit?
what do you guys call that? The distortion that the cameras?
Yeah, oh, in this case, they call it keystoning. Yeah.
Well,
It looks like a keystone in an arch, yeah.
that's what's going through my mind looking at this, to straighten out that door jamb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Oh, I kind of like the wonkiness of it, kind of adds to it, yeah.
I think I tried to straighten it a little bit, and because of the angle of the floor and where I was standing, I just wasn't having a whole lot of luck, so I went with the door itself to make sure that seemed a little straighter compared to the door frame.
Right. Right, yeah, there is one thing, if the automatic doesn't work, I don't know if it's in camera, I know it's in Lightroom. Yeah, let's see if it's in camera, if not, we'll look in Lightroom too. Let's see here. So. Let's have a look. I don't even know where half this stuff is in this particular one, but I imagine it's right under optics, yeah. No,
Effects, maybe
yeah, maybe.
up toward the top.
Yeah, it could be.
No,
Actually, yeah. Nope. Huh, it's weird they put
Hmm.
texture clarity
Hmm.
together with vignette there. That's interesting. Yeah. Hey, Wendell, glad you, that
Yeah, made it.
was quick.
Yeah, things got going on that telehealth thing quicker than
Yeah,
scheduled, so.
yeah, maybe optics. No. Details usually. Well. I don't know where they put it or if they even have it. Yeah, that's kind of strange.
is it under the crop tool?
Geometry.
There it is.
Oh, it
It's those
doesn't give you-
little, I
yeah,
think
it
it's
doesn't-
those.
No, it doesn't give you,
No?
manual transformation. No.
There we go.
Yeah, it's sliders. It doesn't give you the lines. So
Auto, right?
Hmm.
That's right, because I
Yeah,
went back to Lightroom to do it, so I could see what I was doing.
yeah, let me just cancel and quit out of here and see that that's absolutely no help. Let's just drag it into Lightroom. I think it can go that way. If not, we'll just add it. This guy always kills me.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, looks like we got everybody. There you are. Okay. Let's just check all. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go to our develop module and where's it doing that? Oh, it's guess it's acting like I've not been here before, probably. All right, so here we go.
Maybe transform, yeah.
And here you've got this little guy. And if you click on that, you can draw lines. So say we want to draw a line here. And it gives you a little magnifier so you can kind of figure out where you are. Because it's pretty critical. There you go.
Wow.
Hmm.
So you can do that. And then when you're done, you can also do the other if you need them. Then when you're done, you can just click that. Problem is, it takes away a bit. Now you can go back and kind of see where that's at by coming down here to scale and just running it back to see.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can kind of recrop it the way you want. And in this case, you might be able to cheat a little bit. Do something like that. Or you could do, some generative fill and get that in there as well in Photoshop. If you want to keep all that.
Uh-huh.
So it gives you the option. But yeah, it'll straighten it up for you. That's what you
Okay.
want. But I kind of like it without it. Personally. Up to you. All right.
Hmm.
Hide that. So evidently, it's not that easy to find in or use in Camera Raw. Like I say, just didn't bring it over. There you go.
Okay, and this was in one of the bedrooms. And it just really caught my, the minute I saw it in black and white. Because everything was kind of tans. Just brought out the detail a bit. Then I did in Lightroom, yeah, I think in Lightroom, removed as many of the chords as I could to take away the appearance of modern technology a little bit anyway. So because there were 3 or 4 extension cords and everything under the table where the lamp was plugged in.
Yeah. Did a good job. I like it. So is it just one main house or there are a bunch?
No, it's a couple different, there's one big house where they serve all the meals and where their office is. But then there are 2 lengthy, which would have been probably ranch hands quarters
houses?
with each single, with single rooms and bathrooms in them. And then there's also another separate building, smaller, that has is a common area with a fireplace and has a bar in it, and it's actually the oldest existing bar in the state of Arizona.
Interesting.
So it's, and they've each of the rooms has a name assigned to it for the people that have stayed down there, as far as the stars that have been down there. John Wayne's been down there. I think they said Richard Burton. I forget who else. So it's an interesting place.
And now it's just open for tours or is it like?
It's a B&B.
Like a B&B? Okay.
Yeah, like a you can rent, make reservations for the rooms. It's in one sense quite rustic. There's no TVs in the rooms. I do not even know, I don't know if they mentioned it, if they did, I don't remember, whether there is Wi-Fi in the rooms themselves. There's Wi-Fi in the main, the 2 main buildings, the bar and where the office and everything is, but I don't know if there was Wi-Fi access in each of the separate rooms. You can also, they offer horseback rides. You can go horseback riding. They take ATV tours into the Buenos Aires National Wildlife Refuge.
Oh, okay. So it's down.
Yeah, so it's down in Sassa Bay.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little over an hour from here. You're right down on the border, actually. You can see the border wall from their property.
Oh, that's too bad. I guess it serves its purpose, but
Right. Yeah.
visually it's not very nice.
No, it's not. Okay, again, one of the buildings into black and white, but then I brought the black and white, whatever I took it into, brought it down a little bit to bring back just a hint of the color of the building. And then brought up the detail a little bit and everything and some of the and took down the exposure in the window just a little bit to bring out the reflections that were of the trees and bushes that were in that window.
What's different about this, guys? What's different about this image?
Well, it's black and white and color, right?
Yeah, or could have been sepia tone, but the fact that she framed the window reflection with kind of a color is kind of neat.
Very cool.
Yeah, I like what you did.
Very cool picture too, if you just dropped in on the window only, would also be another version.
Just get rid of the sides.
Get rid of that totally, just go.
Yeah, come in somewhere here. Yeah.
Bring it in a little more on the sides.
Yeah, that's a possibility. And again, you could try and straighten this one if you wanted.
Really good comment.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. I think that one and this one, I think I like the best. Yeah,
They're all great.
they're all really good.
They're all really-
Thanks.
Those two are my faves.
I have a question.
Dave has a question.
What time of day was the field trip?
We left at 8:45 in the morning. Actually went down to the port of entry first, right? Just a few minutes from the ranch. So we could look at the wall, and then found out we actually, as we're all standing there taking pictures from a distance, 3 Border Patrol agents came walking down to the group. And we kind of thought, oh, are we in trouble? And Danny actually went back up to the building with them. Come to find out, we could have, and he knows this now for future trips down there. We could have actually parked up by the port of entry. We could go up there and we could walk right up to the wall, take pictures of the wall if we wanted to. Just couldn't step over a certain line or you'd be in Mexico. And there were certain things that we could not take pictures of for security reasons, but we could have gone right up to the port of, right up to their headquarters as such, parked and walked around a little bit to take pictures. So by the time we got to the ranch itself, after a little over an hour drive to get to the port, it was probably, well, yeah, 10:45, 11 o'clock, something like that. But it was overcast, windy day the day we were there. It wasn't the greatest weather as far as temperature wise.
Okay. Real interesting. Well, I'm gonna look at the calendar and see if maybe I can move to Thursday or another day, because it seems that a lot of people go on the trips and they miss class. So it to be a bit of a conflict there, but I don't know what's open. It's just a thought, because it seems back today, a couple people couldn't make it because they went on a tour today. So that might be an option. If you guys are open for it.
I was at.
Yeah, and you were gone a couple of them too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I missed, yeah.
So somebody's always going to one of them because they're
Yeah,
great.
it was too.
That or I've had meetings. I've had a couple meetings on Wednesdays, so, yeah.
All right, so maybe Thursday. I know Friday, Al has a class once a month, so I don't know if we'll compete with that, but other than that, maybe we can try Thursdays. That might work.
Gene has his class going on Thursdays.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, but he's ending that after 2 dates in April because he goes back to
That the
Michigan.
morning or the afternoon?
3 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay, so that would be a conflict. Yeah, I'm talking about for next fall, because summer hours, everything changes anyway, because everybody's out.
Yeah.
So, unless we just do Zooms. Okay, well, enough of housekeeping. Okay, Wendell, take it.
Okay, all right. The next few are all taken at the Japanese garden up in Tucson, the Yume Garden. That I was up there for the Ikebana exhibition they had about a month ago, I guess now. And just wandering around the garden area, I saw their little koi pond and these little sculptures, or they look like they should be places for candles to be set into and lit at night, but with a little lid on it there. But anyway, this was one that I kind of liked, the view looking across the little pond and to the rocks beyond. And most of it was worked on in Photoshop, but then I used Topaz, the vibrant treetops look that they have, and that's at 50%. I backed it off from what it was, and I like the way it gave that bright blue on the rocks and the little lid of the
Yeah,
device or the sculpture there. And it also had a kind of warm color in the lily pads in the pond.
Mhm.
So that's what I like best about it. It made that look better than Photoshop did by itself.
Mhm.
And then I used Topaz to create the frame and played around with different colors of matte and frame to get something that was pretty neutral.
Mhm.
And that's about all that happened with that one.
Yeah, nice.
So,
Okay.
okay, ready? Okay, this is one that I did for the black and white yesterday. It's again in the Japanese garden, and it was just a panel with a circular opening in it that looked out across a scene in the yard, which for the black and white, I also used the color for the round insert in there, but I used the scene that was actually behind it, but it wasn't very good. So what I did on this is created a composite, taking a scene elsewhere in the garden and left it in color and inserted it in the hole in the panel, just simple overlay layers composite. And it's much nicer this way. This is a prettier scene, but in this case have everything around the outside in black and white, including you can see some tree branches up in the top there, and then the wood strips holding up the panel. So it's just a nice little scene in the garden itself that I thought this was why they put it there, is to get a nice view through. So
Yeah, I got a thought. What if this was a color, or maybe you just greened it up?
oh, just
Yeah,
yeah,
so,
just turn it green again.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
or just,
yeah,
yeah, that might be kind of neat. Give it some more depth.
yeah,
Either that, or maybe
yeah,
just either that, or I guess the other option would be to crop it,
yeah,
maybe something like that. Or even,
yeah,
since you have it, maybe you ought to just,
yeah,
play around with it a little bit.
yeah. I was kind of wanting to show that the panel was in the middle of this garden,
Mhm.
but it could maybe cut down the amount of the trees in the background, and like I say, might for the color image, partial color image, might have made them original color too.
Yeah.
So,
And then you can either leave this black or white, or maybe change it to a sepia or sand,
yeah,
to kind of tie it in.
yeah. Well, yeah, I could have done more different things with the color.
Yeah.
But I guess I was still thinking of black and white. Did this, I just
Mhm.
looked for a different image to show it through the opening.
Mhm. Yeah, when you're doing these composites, think about the depth and how it adds to the image. And I think that might help you along.
Mhm.
I
Yes,
suppose just doing it all black and white might be interesting too. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. That with with what was originally there, the black and white didn't look too good. It was just messy.
Mhm. Well, I'm thinking if you comped it in, maybe you could turn this black and white. That might be
Yeah,
enough. So
yeah,
you're allowed to,
yeah.
you should go with it
Mhm.
if you want to play around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is one that there's a lot of stuff going on there, but I did like the overall view and the components of it. And so I did some simplification, took out some little branches and things like that and darkened the background, the sky where it shows through, all in Photoshop. But then used Topaz, their Happy Little Trees preset that I liked for a lot of things because it gives a very gentle, painterly look. It's not as severe as the watercolor or oil painting, some of those, but it does just take away some of the fine detail and creates more of a smoother brush stroke, I guess. So mostly, I guess I just like the combination of the colors, the yellow flowers and the red bowl, then going into the grays for the wall and the little statue thing in the background and the rocks.
Mhm.
So I did like having that tree to the left to kind of hold in that corner.
Yeah,
So
yeah, nice.
One question for Wendell. Wendell,
yes,
looks like the gardeners were putting ikebana arrangements out and about.
yes, they were, and
Oh.
they were scattered all around the yard, all the whole garden. And this plant arrangement is probably one of them. They didn't have labels on them, but I'm fairly sure that it was part of the festival.
Right. Just wonder, but just trimming a hair off this top, my eye
Oh,
keeps these leaves here. Just wonder if that
yeah,
would help things out just a
yeah,
little. What do you think?
yeah. Yeah, I was trying to keep a little more room to the top of the little
Mhm.
statue there, but
Yeah,
I
give it a little
could
more.
have, yeah, I could have probably left a little in and then done some cloning to get rid of things at the little tips of the leaves.
Yeah, you could even, come somewhere here and then clean out the rest, you can do
Yeah.
that.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
but there you are.
Okay, well, I called in.
Okay, good, good. Let's do you next and then you won't have a long phone call. All right, let me get a hold of you. Oh, well, wait a minute. No, we still got more here. We got one
yeah, I
more.
got one more up
Right
above
behind
too.
Your
Yeah,
image there. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, let's go
Yeah.
there. All right, we'll finish up with window and then go to you, Jim.
yeah. Again, this was at the Japanese garden. They had an array of 3 shelves, but they weren't all level. And so to get around that problem, I just picked one of them, straightened it up, and left the little flowers and the stems off to the right to give a little variety in the image. Everything in this was just done in Photoshop. Did a lot with vibrance and saturation to get more color into the little bowls and also into the yellow flowers. But otherwise, a pretty straightforward operation. Nothing too exotic on it.
It's a nice little touch with the little branches coming in there.
Yeah, that's what I liked about that. And whether or not they intended it that way or not, I don't know, but it did add a little variety to the end.
Yeah, usually most of what they do is very intentional.
Yeah,
Pretty amazing.
yeah.
Hey,
Okay, and this is finally something different. This was the trip that I was on and missed one of your previous Wednesdays.
right.
Tucson Auto Museum, and an older Alfa Romeo that was had a nice front view that I could get. And this also was just done in Photoshop. I did quite a bit to darken the background and blur it a little bit. Just selected the object and and inversed and darkened and blurred. Now, on my screen, the little signs in the background didn't show up quite as much. I guess what I'm seeing now is a little brighter on my screen than
Yeah.
what it was on the desktop.
Mhm.
Anyway, I just like these
I
front
love,
ends of cars.
love these reflections down here.
Yeah, it looks like it's a little emblem itself down there, but I think just the reflection of the
Of the
kidney
gr-
shape.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, yeah. You can save yourself some work on the blurring the background in Camera Raw if you want. What you can do is I'll end up here. Let's see here. There we go. Oops, there. Get into camera out. There's this lens blur
Oh,
access thing. It's pretty neat. You got to hit this little apply button here, and it just kind of does like a depth map based on AI, I guess. And then once you have it, you can adjust it. Here's your blur amount. So you get
oh, so you
And-
don't have to select the
yeah, kind of self.
main object.
Now, if there's something in there that you want sharp, like maybe up in here, you just get a brush and say, focus brush or a blur brush, and
Oh,
then you take the brush down and just kind of paint that back,
oh,
and that's sharp.
huh.
Here too. Yeah,
Okay, I hadn't even looked at that before.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And then
Yeah,
then the other thing you do again is just grab a mask and let's see, it'll select subject pretty well. Yeah, did a nice
yeah.
job. Then just invert it,
Mhm.
and then you can just go darken up your environment here.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it saves a lot of time over what we used to do in Photoshop.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, object selection in the regular Photoshop screen did work quite easily itself, so that, but a lot of ways to skin a cat.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, hopefully that's helpful to somebody. All
Yeah.
right, let's go to Jim Bowman. Thanks, Wendell.
Mhm.
Okay, Jim, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay,
There's a little bit of a delay in my voice, so bear with me.
sure.
So this is some more of the South. I think this was in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Mhm.
And so this is egret, obvious. Blue heron, excuse me.
There. Yeah. Looks like he's getting ready to dive in there.
Right. Well, the fish were kind of right there at the falls, and they were finding lots of them that go right over the falls.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I really like his posture and the way he's kind of cantilevered here. It's great. Yeah. Nice. Nice shot.
Yeah, and this was a different shot from a different place, but we've got a pelican, obviously.
Mhm. Guys,
Nice catch on that eye.
Yeah.
yeah. What do you guys think about maybe just darkening this up a hair? you can use it.
That, my eye also goes up to the top of the frame where it's light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you could darken those or just crop it out.
I
That's a
like the
good call.
lines and the detail though.
Yeah. Well, I'd keep the detail, I'd just knock it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little darker. Doesn't need much. But yeah, good call, Kim, because these are pulling you up here.
And I think the vignette works good too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
My, there's like, I don't know if my terminology is correct, but that, like a Mackie line, white line underneath the underside.
This,
Yes. And that,
yeah, I don't know if that's from the backlighting or if it's, because this is one image. Did you mask him out at all?
No,
No, so that's
no,
probably,
it's just the backlighting.
yeah, that's backlighting, okay. Yeah, so maybe when you tone this down, some of that would come down with it. I suppose you could just, select subject. Here, let's just see if we can do anything with this. So again, just camera raw again, go into your light or edit mode. Well, before we do that, I think we want to just select subject and work that way. Oh, I did a pretty nice job. There we go. So then we just go to highlights and it's just kind of pull them down a little bit.
Just a bit, yeah.
Yeah, you might want to pull them down as far as they go to get as much detail as you can, then just come back with a little white to take the gray out. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's helpful.
That's pretty draining, so, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that might be I don't know. Were you at a pretty high ISO?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that is kind of weird.
it's, I think 800.
That's not too bad. Yeah, some of that might be spray too, like this stuff here.
Yeah, it's spray.
Okay. Yeah, I think that helps a little bit.
Yeah, but now his eye needs to be
Yeah,
opened up.
yeah, just bring the eye back. Well, rather than going back into there, I can go back to this restore brush and just see.
And maybe the crown of his head.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. So let's go back to restore here. And oops. Give him a black eye.
Black eye.
Yeah, sorry about that. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Get that.
yeah, there you go. All right. So that's the history brush. Here's a history panel, and you can put that brush anywhere you want on the panel.
Oh, I see.
You can go back to the beginning before you did anything, which is how I pulled that back. Because if you go up to here, see, it's dark again. Yeah, and then we've continued to here.
Yeah,
So every time you stroke, it records it. So if you did a little too much, you can just back off a little bit and see how it kind of works its way back.
right.
Yeah, it's a nice tool.
There, you're not, are you recording this? You are?
Okay. So well, that's probably what I do on that.
Yeah, so here's another sitting on a pole and little background, so not much to it, really.
Yeah, nice light, good clouds.
Now, is that run through Impressionist filter?
Well, I didn't know if you did.
No,
That's just natural, huh? Yeah, looks like it's a little snappy. Maybe you've added some contrast or something.
Yeah, I did the, what is it? I did do contrast.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, so that's what pulled all that up. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, same thing.
Mhm.
Just,
Have an interesting
I
notch.
like the birds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Some of these pelicans grow something on their beaks. I
yeah.
don't know if it's there permanently or if it.
I think for mating season.
I can't hear those guys.
Yeah, we're talking about this little notch on the beaks. Yeah, I think maybe it's something that happens around mating season.
Hmm.
But we don't know. Just a guess. I like this come around over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
I want to see.
Oh, here,
Yeah.
Right away.
yeah. Nice. Okay. It's a nice one.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if just darkening the background water slightly, just get him to, be a little more prominent might help out. Let's
A
take,
little bit more prominent.
yeah, by darkening the background up. Let's just quickly go in here. Let's do a select subject again and see how well it works. Yep. All right, so I'm just gonna invert it. There we go. So first, let's just take maybe some whites and highlights down. No, I don't like that. Maybe just take the exposure down a little bit. Add a little contrast. Maybe something like that. And if you wanted to make it a little cooler, you could, come down here and just take your temperature down just a hair. Something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then maybe just crop some of that top off. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, we did get them all. Well, good. I'm glad the phone worked.
Yeah, well, I don't know about this delay. It really drives you crazy.
Okay. All right. Can you hear us if you're not on the phone on your computer?
No, that's the problem. It's completely, it's
So I guess,
unmuted.
yeah,
It needs to be unmuted. And
Yeah.
so, and the video as well.
yeah, and I can't seem to, let me just stop sharing screen real quick here and see if, no, I don't see you anywhere.
Yeah, see, and I see myself. I'm up on the screen and I show Jim Bowman, but it's got it muted, both audio and video.
Well, you see down here, do you have those two things
Yeah,
on?
and I tried those as well, and those wouldn't work either.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't respond. I hit them to turn them on, and they doesn't do anything.
Yeah, maybe try after we're done and you quit, see if you can get an update. Maybe something's just going on, I don't know. All right, let me go back to work here. There we go. Okay. Move this up, I guess, as far as it goes. Okay. Well, thanks for bringing those in. And hopefully
Yeah.
it won't be as big of a problem next time. Guess we'll do Jim Murphy next.
So they're re-releasing Godzilla. When I was in the sixth grade, we used to go every Saturday to see these Japanese horror films.
Right. Yeah.
Famous one too. This is actually an iguana I showed 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
It's the same, it's the same one. with the mirror
Just
image.
mirrored them, yeah, yeah,
Ah,
that's fun.
Jim, that's crazy great. That's really cool.
Yeah, composite, so I got some composites in today, so.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's really cool.
Jeep or something or some kind of,
It's a stock photo, it's a bus.
oh, it's a
I
bus,
didn't need to-
yeah.
You asked AI to create that or?
No, I didn't use the, it's, you know, there's a lot of stock photo sites where you can get stock photos, so.
Yeah, I sent a couple links out, a few emails back. Yeah, you can just get them for free.
This is also composite. It's the same bird, one of the bottom birds flipped and I shot a burst mode. So I had several, I picked a wing down, wing up shot and then
Mhm.
the light isn't right. Somebody's gonna say, because the light's coming from the left over here, it's coming from the right over here. So that's a common composites
Yeah, if you're flipping them.
if you're flipping them.
Okay. Nice shots.
This is down by Amato, just a little ways outside of town, it's let's see, I was going down there to shoot the Milky Way or something, but, there's a roadside, shrine there on the left, toward the west, and, so it's a camera movement, create all these lines and stuff. That's
Mhm.
neat.
Kind of looks like, it reminds me of like a bullet when they were doing.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, with the eggs,
Action,
with
but
the eggs, yeah.
Yeah.
This almost looks like a lake or water or something down there.
explode open.
Yeah. That's
Piercing
really
that
fun.
and-
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were light painting in there or what you were doing.
Yeah, it went right through the apple, right? That
Yeah.
shot.
Nice shot, Jim.
Yeah,
Really cool.
Wow. This one's not a composite, this is the only one that is not a composite. These people are like on stilts, you can't see the stilts, but they're on stilts on an overpass by 4th Street. And they were hanging over the edge and everything, it was actually kind of crazy, dangerous,
Yeah.
dancing.
Mhm.
Was that the 4th Street Festival?
That was, quite a few years ago, it was the, the Day of the Dead parade,
Let me maybe get a little tighter on these guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put out a bit. Oh, that's fun.
Everybody knows where that is. That's a composite. The hardest part was cutting the moon out. And, took 3 or 4 tries.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
I took another shot with a woman way back in there, but I liked it without her, so.
Yeah, you really got a nice color contrast with the Mormon cool going on there too. Need a little guy fishing there and you have start of a.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, let's see, we did Kim, we did Wendell, I guess we go back up to the top here and work our way down. Ellen, kept some of your, maybe one of your old ones and one or two of the old ones and, because I don't think anybody had seen them yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of mixed them with the new ones.
Really important.
Yeah.
This is high resolution macro shot.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I think it's, was quite a while ago. There's photo stacks there, where we 10 shots.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute, Alan, that's a stacked photo?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You just got a lot of depth of field for as close as you want.
Yeah.
10 layers.
Oh,
Yeah.
kind of like it.
I wonder if you could, I wonder if you do tone that down. Or,
Did you use a macro lens, Alan?
The macro lines, yeah, 105.
Okay,
And then you rendered it in some topaz or something?
Don't remember, it was probably, yeah, it probably wasn't so fast.
okay.
And this one, I went into the deepest depths of the woods I could find. And,
Like the Desert Hills Museum.
Calgary was it. I've been trying to get a photograph of a grey owl for years,
Yeah.
and there was about 3 or 4 of them in the zoo, so. There we go.
Yeah. Be quite a face.
Yeah.
Wonder if this
Bring it
could
in.
get knocked down and maybe cropped off too. Yeah.
Fabulous birds.
Yeah, maybe just knock that down a little bit too, here and here. Yeah, nice.
I've seen the whole bird, but I think the face is so cool, and it'd be fun to just really.
Yeah, just work on the face.
Variations.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite a face, yeah.
It's like one eye's kind of going,
Yeah.
it's off to the left.
Yeah.
A photo, I entered this photo into a kind of competition, so I printed it actually. One of the few images that I print, I printed this one.
Nice.
That is a big horse.
So it's 100 feet tall.
Hmm,
It's stainless steel. I'm not sure if it's stainless steel. It's steel. Maybe galvanized steel.
Mhm.
And it's one of 2. There's another one that stands right beside it. About 100 feet high. It's magnificent sculptures.
Is it all full of Greek soldiers?
Then going. Just while we've got this there, one of the criticisms, I guess, on this from this group was that they thought the bottom left-hand part of it was a little bit too distracting.
But that gives it scale.
That's what I thought. That's why.
mhm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, you could tone it down a little bit. Yeah,
Anyway, to see them, they're just magnificent.
And then all this is nighttime, so how long is the exposure?
That's about, I think that's about a 20-second exposure.
20 seconds.
Mhm.
Wow, it's a long time.
Where is this sculpture?
It's in Scotland. It's
Okay.
in Scotland. It's called Falkirk. in Scotland.
Wow.
and they're on both sides of the banks, right?
Yeah.
They're on both sides of the
No,
banks.
they're right beside each other.
Oh, they're next to each other, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they're,
There's a fabulous video of how they.
yeah, I
came
watched that.
about And how they were built.
Yeah,
and
it's
erected and everything.
pretty amazing. He put a lot of time
Oh,
into designing and engineering how he was gonna
well,
pull it off.
sketched it out in a little napkin.
Yeah. You know?
Anyway, when we came into Arizona just over a week ago, arrived at Phoenix, we rented a car and we drove up to the Salt River. And I finally got the Salt River horses. Yeah.
Good.
There's quite a few of them.
Yeah, I got it.
This one's, I put through the topaz filter expressionism.
Mhm.
I like the way the image was originally, but for some reason I just like the way it was.
Yeah, here's the
There it
bird.
is there.
That's kind of a
Yeah,
variation.
you see, I took that leg out as well, but
Yep.
because it didn't look right. Just a 3-legged horse.
Yeah, that works out nicely. Yeah, that's a stellar shot.
This one was about a week ago, I guess, so. He was, perched on the little railing, you know, the bridge down the Canoa Ranch. And I waited there for a long time for him to fly off.
Nice, good exposure on that too.
Yeah, I find it as you get closer to him, he'll take off too.
Well, I was as close to him as you.
And he still didn't leave,
He's
yeah.
still there.
Wow.
And people walking past.
Behind him?
Well, he had just eaten goldfish, so maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just letting it digest, huh? There must be a lot of goldfish in there.
Maybe it was wriggling in his stomach.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, someone else, I think Jack Schrock had one on the GVR site and Facebook,
No.
where he was flying with the goldfish in his mouth.
Oh, I've got that one. Got that.
Yeah,
I've actually another one.
and I got one with him.
Little fish, and
Hmm.
fish, it's just a small one, and he flipped it up, and his beak's like that, and the fish is right here. It's pretty.
Yeah, he's quite talented. But yeah, I've got a couple of them just munching on them too. So there must be more than a few in there. Yeah,
Ellen, are these egrets or herons?
These are egrets.
yeah,
Egrets.
yeah, they're just up the road at Canoa Ranch.
Yeah. See 'em there, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's do Dave. Share it and
Something's going on. Okay, so this week, my theme is fruit bowls. And I was experimenting with various compositions and new ideas, kind of building blocks of new compositions.
Mhm.
And I have there's 5 variations of fruit bowls. On this one, I stacked them up according to diminishing size.
Hmm.
What occurred here is that black shadow, which goes all the way up, and it's totally cool. This was a fruit bowl in James Marshall's cabin in Coloma, California, in the gold country. And I was shooting through a window. Nice time of day. So I just created this out of 3 different shots,
yeah,
cutting, cropping. Now I had to do some stretching and modulating of the image to get that line to
meet up.
form up throughout the 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might be cool to add a horizontal one. I mean, it almost cries of having like, a cross member from a window.
Oh,
Just the
like,
vertical.
yeah, so you
Yeah.
can see the window.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah, yeah. Nice,
It's not that, huh?
I was gonna say, or even just bring one cross
yeah,
from the.
across the whole thing, yeah. Yeah,
Or in the middle.
yeah,
Well, I was thinking, for you take your top third and you start in the lower left corner of your top third and run your cross down
yeah,
to the middle of the second image
Yeah.
on the right hand
yeah,
side.
yeah,
That would be cool.
yeah,
And cause then you have, where did it come from? Because you've got these 3 fruit bowls, but yet the shadow is.
yeah. Or maybe just a cross member kind of squiggling across just this one.
And Sandy, the fruit bowl's not very interesting. It's sitting there in James Marshall's cabin year after year gathering dust, but I just tried to work on it and make it into something.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
and I like the way the point of view, it looks like you lowered your point of view as you went down.
Yes.
too,
Yes.
Which was kind of
Right.
nice, yeah.
And when I was building the composition, I kept wondering, should I keep repeating the pair with the table? But it wouldn't work, it wouldn't line up,
Mhm.
so the depth
Mhm.
increases as you go up.
Well, now you've done this, you can keep this in mind as you're shooting rather than after the fact. So now you can kind of think in your mind, well, okay, I'm gonna do a 3 stack this way or 3 this way. And work your point of view based on that
Pulling back.
and up, down or lower, yeah,
I like the different perspective that you have going down.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're higher angle, and then you come down to a lower.
Kind of a
angle.
straight
Yeah,
on.
so now you can use this to your advantage, so keep that in your,
And I'm
Tool chest.
shooting through a window, and I have to give Jim credit. Early on in this class, you taught me to put the lens right on the window, right on the glass.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I shot a lot of pictures through glass
yeah,
and everything
get the glare.
reflective. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And Jim taught me, put the
Yeah.
lens right on the
yeah.
window.
And if you know you're going to do it, wear black.
Oh, that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even black gloves a lot of times, you know.
So many times you see your own face.
Yeah.
Just
Nice.
a couple days ago, I went to Canoa Ranch. I was actually working on Gene's class. The assignment was leading lines.
Mhm.
So here I saw vertical and horizontal lines with the fruit bowl.
Yeah.
So I took about 8 or 9 shots of this theme, and this was the best one. Cropped it a little bit. And then I ran it in watercolor. I love the watercolor. So I think it's a good convergence of vertical and horizontal with this.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, it is.
And an empty fruit bowl.
empty fruit.
Yeah.
Or the fruit bowl, no fruit. So what's interesting about this, that's a little different than normal?
I like the blue squiggly line that
Yeah.
breaks up over.
Mhm. Well, you got your vanishing lines, you got your horizon line, you've got your symmetry, but it's not symmetrical. You're off center a little bit,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
even though everything's pretty even here, the fact that you're a little off center gives it that tension.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I
The
like-
chair is off center. That was a chair. This
Yeah.
was a dining room table.
Yeah,
And I put my camera flat on the tables to
Mhm.
reduce camera shake.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the other cool thing that happens, Sandy, is the reflections in the fruit bowl have that linear
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
correspondence to the
Yeah,
chair in the
yeah.
back.
This one I'd probably clone out, but
Oh.
these I like. Yeah, and obviously these reflections coming in here. Nice.
Thank you. This is symmetrical flop here, Sandy. I did cropping to get it to line up that way with a very thin needle, the blue needle. These colors were fluorescent. This was up in an antique store, kind of a setup. You can see the price tags hanging off the baskets. And they're, I think, ceramic or paper mache fruit,
Mhm.
but it was really bright. And so I cropped, cut, combined, and then ran it through watercolor.
Mhm. Yeah,
And actually, I mean, the original was really bright, but this is better. It just looks better.
yeah.
Kind of homogenizes the whole thing when you run it in a filter.
Well, at first glance, I thought, these should be, fixed before you put them together, but I kind of like that. It almost gets it to fall back instead of being mostly vertical. It kind of,
It was a little off kilter.
yeah, pulls you back a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can do the same thing to it before you flop it, like we did on the doorway earlier. I think this one's my favorite. That's good.
Sandy, I call this one Moody Fruit Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was shot at the Presidio in, I think, Rosa's house or something like that. And this is darker, of course, that was the available light.
Mhm.
That's what I could get. It is dark, but it is dramatic. And so on this one, after I stacked it up, it's the same image.
Mhm.
It's been cropped and cut. And after I stacked it up, I flip rotated the center panel
Mhm.
to create that rhythm
Yep.
of the grapes, switching, rotating.
It's movement, so that's kind of nice.
Yes, it created movement.
Yeah, I was actually following the top of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a pie or something.
Uh-huh. Very fun.
But you can see the Swiss cheese and the grapes and a dark apple or something. So it's very moody.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Thank you.
I like the fact that the background's brighter and the fruit's just kind of.
The
Just
light was
edged.
coming through a gauze in the window.
Uh-huh.
So it's got Hollywood lighting, right, Sandy? It's got a gauze
Yeah,
gel on it.
There's a lot of repeating S curves going on.
oh, yeah,
it just-
yeah. Good fun. Yeah, you might want to print that one.
Thank you, Sandy. Yeah. You know, here's the problem on that. When you print, it gets even darker. I probably would have to lighten it up.
Well, yeah. These monitors here are pretty much calibrated to the printer, so if you look on the monitor, you might
Yeah,
have
you
to
guys have
adjust
some-
before you, before you adjust.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah.
Gerald, speaking of S curve, this is an S curve.
Yep.
Flip, rotate, cut. These are two different image. It was very bright. This is also Camilla Ranch. Took it a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
But when I was going back looking for my fruit bowls, I found this one. It was very bright, but I did run it through watercolor, but I flipped, rotated up, down, and then Daryl, I wound up composing it as an S curve. And to make the S curve run faster with your eye, I had to crop the sides in.
Mhm.
Because there were cherries and stuff
Too much,
blocking your eye.
too much going on.
Yeah, so I just whipped the composition through as an S curve and rotated it. And I kind of reminds me of a Matisse painting, maybe, how bright it is, a focused painting. But it's totally abstract and it's not real to gravity or anything. That mango's ready to flop out.
I like it, Dave. It's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good fun. Keep it up.
thank you.
Okay. Go to Dave Erickson.
Alabama Hills.
Panorama shot, 4 or 5 shots of the Alabama Hills, California.
Mm.
Mount Whitney in the back.
Nice.
Real nice. At first glance, I thought maybe it was Texas Canyon, but then I saw these mountains and said, nope. Yeah, very nice.
In the Alabama Hills. In Photoshop, I replaced the sky because it was just too blue.
Mhm. Yeah,
Hey,
nice.
what camera do you have?
Canon 5D.
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
This was a little bit of a telephoto lens too.
Do you use a tripod?
Yeah, most of the time. I'm pretty shaky.
Yeah, me too. I'm shaky.
Yeah, this was 150 millimeter.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, Koki, level.
Mhm.
Sandstone.
I like
Yeah.
that. Nice guy.
Army day.
Nice guy.
What do you think of maybe bringing out some more of the storm on this?
Pardon?
What do you think of bringing out some more of the storm on this, give it a little more mood?
Like to, but I don't know how.
Well, let's check it out. Okay. So you use Lightroom or what do you, what do you use to edit your images? Do you use Lightroom or Photoshop or what do you use? Lightroom? All right, well, in Lightroom, you just do with your local masks, what we're gonna do here. Just get your selective masking and this one, I guess you can just pick the sky. And then from there you can have at it, you can, maybe make it a little deeper. The other thing I think that would give it some nice depth might be clarity. Yeah. Kind of play with it a little bit. And sometimes dehaze helps, but the shadow areas block up pretty quick. Maybe we could do that and then kind of back off the darks a bit. Go back and lighten those up. It's kind of a dance between your different Yeah,
What if you broke the highlights down just?
yeah,
tiny bit?
because, well, I would bring them down a lot to get the detail. And then come back with the white and give it a little snap, see? And the other thing I do is watch, your histogram, so we're hot here, let's see where that, it's not much, but if you wanted to just back that off just a hair, there you go. Okay, and you can do that a couple ways, you can turn that on and off here, or I think it works here, if you hold the Option or the Alt key down when you move things. No, it doesn't work on here, it works in Lightroom. Everything will go white and then, it'll show the color channel. Yeah, it'll show red, green or blue, where the highlights are blocking up. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, so that would be how you did that. And I think it has a little more punch to it. So that's how you can do that. Okay.
Rainforest in Oregon. Some shamrocks. And moss growing on these old logs.
Yeah, really nice.
This is, I took 2 shots to get this panel.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
The greens are amazing.
Yeah.
You think of the crop in this, Joe?
Green.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, I love the floor here, but I don't know if this is doing any justice to your image. Maybe might want to just crop down a little bit.
Crop that out.
Yeah, I guess the other thing you could do is maybe drop the floor tones a little bit, just to get that to snap a little more. But yeah, it's a wonderful shot. Beautiful. This one too.
Well, the same tree, but looking
Yeah.
down the wall instead of from the side.
Yeah, but you got a little more deeper tones in this one. I think it works better. This one's just a little kind of lighter, like if you squint, everything's kind of in the same vein except for the green here. But on this one, I think you get enough separation going on here. Yeah, nice. This recent travels or a while back?
This was a year ago.
About a year ago, yeah. All right, let's check. I think we got everybody. Yeah. Okay. Well, mostly kind of rainy days in this area. Was an older area where it was mostly huts and agriculture in Japan.
Nice.
That's rice. And it seemed that various areas, depending on the altitude, the rice was either new, like this is, or already harvested and dying off. And then they pull out the dead stalks and they make feed out of them or brooms or other things that were useful around the house. This one was just really weathered. I like this one a lot. Yeah, neat hobbits, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Where's the oven?
Then is that the rice stalks on the roof?
Yeah, that's some of the leftovers. But yeah, they do a lot of thatching with it. And here's some examples of brooms, but I think these look a little longer than rice stalks. I'm not sure what this would be. Yeah, I mean, just everywhere you turn, there was something to shoot. This is another area. I didn't bring the companion shot with this, but this was one of those with the zillions of torii gates going around that you just walk through. And then at the end, there was this pond that you could walk over. It was just covered in lily pads. I don't know if you remember that shot I did of the frog on the lily pad. That was from that bridge. It just shot straight down. So that was kind of.
There's one lotus blossom.
Yep, right here. Good catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the frog picture was really cool. You're shooting it straight off that bridge.
Right. This was in another area. There was a huge shrine up the hill from here, but there was these series of little ones on the way up the track that I really liked, and they
Hmm.
everybody put their little stickers on them from different areas.
Oh,
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And another shrine. And all these would-be flowers are actually pinwheels. So when the wind was blowing, kind of neat.
oh,
Yeah. You can see all kinds of stuff going on here with the shoes, the sandals, and all these pinwheels.
Hmm.
And big storm coming here too.
Buddhist shrine or
What's that?
what, is that Buddhist shrine or?
I'm not sure. I think this is Buddhist. Yeah, it's mostly Shinto and Buddhists there. Yeah. So it was one or the other. This one was, it was at the very north end of the island that, the main island where Tokyo and Kyoto and everything is. Just before you go over the bridge to Hokkaido where Sapporo is and all that. There's this peninsula and it's kind of like Yellowstone where it's got all the hot pots and volcanic activity. So yeah, you can see the ground's just kind of like, and all around this thing, they have these vents, you know, and they're all discolored and they put little shrine things around all the vents too, you know. It's probably just Mother Earth, if you will. Yeah, it was, and then with the storm coming in the clouds, it was pretty eerie place.
Mhm.
Where you see the monkeys in the winter time.
No, that's further away, but yeah, similar, yeah.
You know, another thing here, Sandy, is you got a lucky moment in the weather. Cause they're converging
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
linear convergence with the pagoda, you know.
yeah, very much so, yeah, the
Really
clouds are
cool.
great. And of course, probably about 5-10 minutes after it really started pouring, we sought shelter in another shrine, and then it was gone.
Hmm.
It's kind of gray and bright, just overcast. This is along the
Hmm.
coast,
Hmm.
with a long lens, just,
Hmm.
there was two rocks. You can see this one going up, and then this was kind of dangled in between. So another.
Were those bells hanging or just,
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're
Cylinders.
or not, because I couldn't get over to see underneath them, but I imagine it's some kind of wind chime.
mhm. Ah, that's neat.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And just the upper East Coast, it was really wonderful.
Hmm.
Now I'm back, I'm seeing they're advertising these backpack hiking treks down this coast, which would be pretty cool.
Hmm.
Nice shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple more interiors. This was a inside of a samurai's residence again. And just another shrine
Right.
in Kyoto. I just like the warm and cool feeling.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it this time. Okay.
Sandy, you said Sapporo. I want to go get a Sapporo beer.
Sapporo and Kirin beer, yeah, can't beat it. Okay, well, let me stop recording here.